All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock, beautiful Thursday morning, Robin, and we're at the point of the morning where we talk about things that give us information about our health, our bodies, right? Our wellness and all of that. And it looks like today we're going to speak a lot about things we can do to prevent ourselves from getting into trouble. Ann Shannon is in the studio. She's the Director of Volunteer and Senior Services at Ocala Health, and she's also the volunteer program at the Ocala Regional Medical Center in West Marion Community Hospital. And good morning to you. And Marie Palacio is in the studio. Is it Marie or Maria?
Luz Maria.
Luz Maria. Okay, I always forget the Luz part. Luz Maria, you've been here before. You're an occupational therapist for Strive Physical Therapy, and we're going to speak about something called the Car Fit Educational Program, as well as everything. So, good morning, ladies. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning.
Good to see you both.
Having us.
And that microphone in front of you is where we're getting your sound from. So if you can kind of just lean in a little bit to it, I'll be able to hear you better. And so will the people out in Never Never Land. There you go. And we got the camera on you too. So.
Oh, jeez.
So. And good morning, ladies, at the other end of the table.
Good morning.
To both of you. So the Senior Wellness Community Center is where we want to start.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
The Senior Wellness Community Center is, like you had mentioned earlier, we're part of Ocala Health. We're located about 6 miles of West Marion Hospital, and that is where we house our H2U programs, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
And we also have diabetes education classes there, and we give monthly free seminars, like you mentioned earlier, to educate our community on prevention and how to stay healthy.
Oh, okay. And I guess right now I should ask what H2U is, or is it too soon?
H2U stands for Health to You.
Oh, Health to You.
That is a
Okay.
health and wellness program, again, sponsored by Ocala Health. It is a membership-based program, and we have all sorts of classes that we give as a discount, as well as national discounts such as AAA, ADT companion services. And then
Okay.
we have a lot of local discounts here for our members. A room upgrade at Ocala if available. We have cafeteria discounts.
What's in the upgraded room?
A single
Oh, okay.
bedroom
Oh,
versus
okay.
a
That's
private
always
room
a good
upgrade.
thing.
Yes,
Right, yeah,
yes,
that's
yes.
an
West
upgrade.
Marion is all private rooms, but Ocala, there's still a few.
Okay, I
They're
see what you're
converting
saying.
them
Okay,
slowly,
yeah.
but
I thought maybe color TV.
no, I think that's already there. We're up to speed that way. But so there's a lot of local. We have free notary service, free photocopying
Oh, really?
and fax. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Now, is it okay? I'm trying to picture. Is it a building where
it is a building. We are right behind the Winn-Dixie Marketplace.
So I go there to learn about healthy things.
You come to the seminars, our calendars. That's where we have the seminars. We have every month we have different seminars on orthopedics, atrial fib, health and wellness. Our dietitians give seminars, how to eat better, and then we have AARP classes.
So I have a question. This is based from.
And we have a lot of H2 programs, such as line dancing. This afternoon we have 3 hours of line dancing.
Line dancing.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have ballroom dancing, Tai Chi, exercise. We have
What is Tai Chi? Is that karate?
Tai Chi, that's that very slow motion. It's almost like a yoga base.
Slow motion fighting.
No, it's in slow motion. Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
We see that out there
exercise.
sometimes.
You
Yeah, we do
probably
see that. We see that some, yeah.
Yeah, it's very slow.
That's another form of Tai Chi.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Does it mean anything? Tai Chi? What's it mean?
I don't know. Probably like
I probably
slow
should be more
movement.
informed. That's right. Yeah,
All right,
it's
so-
a slow movement.
All right, so I have a
Yeah.
question. This is gonna maybe I don't mean to throw you a curve out of left field, but if that's even a baseball term, see, I don't know anything. But yesterday we had a conversation with was she a doctor on the phone?
Yes.
And she talked about a vaccine for breast cancer. That sounds like a prevent. You got wide eyes. That sounds like something.
That's a very medical question. That you probably would have to.
It sounded like, wow, there's such a thing, and so
there's a lot of research going out there. So I know I've read about it myself in the newspaper. But maybe that would be a good topic of to have for a seminar.
Right. But is that so? Somebody could come in and ask you that. Like, let's say they heard our interview yesterday. And they say, well, let me go ask. So you would be the place to go to ask.
Absolutely.
Because, quite often we get the wrong information. We
That's
go
right.
online, we look at the wrong thing, and we think we know something, and the truth is we don't know anything.
And that's exactly what it's all about. Like you mentioned, the orthopedics, the atrial fib, that's what people come to get educated. Just to learn a little bit more. So our physicians and our staff all give these monthly seminars.
Is there a calendar? Some way of knowing?
There is a calendar. We have a calendar that we put out every month. It's in the West Marion Citizen and the Messenger. We have them at both the hospitals. I try to get around to all the libraries and put them out. We have them, of course, at the senior center. And
how old do you have to be before you're considered a senior? Please say a number bigger than mine.
Very good question. Even though we call it a senior center, everybody, like AARP, I believe it's 50.
Okay.
Somebody else might say 60. It's all a state of mind anyways.
Thank you. Because mine is really young.
Right. Some days
My
younger than other
state,
days.
all the time. When I look out this window, I'm 17.
That's right. But we don't have an age restriction.
Okay, so H2U is just a real clever way of saying health to you.
Correct.
And it's a catchy way, I guess, of getting people's attention, right?
That's correct.
Maria, as an occupational therapist, are you there as well? Or I don't want to confuse the two things that you ladies are here to talk about.
No, I go there when they invite me to do this little conference about carpal tunnel syndrome or different orthopedic conditions, different diagnoses. So I just go there like maybe twice a year.
Maria's been there about twice a year and given different, because she's a hand specialist. She's done seminars for us.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me you're a hand specialist. And does that help people with arthritis, the hand?
Oh, yes.
Yes, okay.
How long does it take to rehabilitate when a person has carpal tunnel? I heard that you don't do both hands at one time. You do
after
one.
After surgery, you mean?
Yeah, and then you do one.
Some
then
patients,
you do the other.
they don't even need therapy after the surgery, but some of them may develop some scar tissue, or they maybe guard the hand a little bit, so it doesn't get as much movement as it should. So those patients are the ones that we see in the clinic, like patients with a lot of pain after surgery, decreased strength. So like maybe 3-4 weeks, they get normal and they can do everything they used to do before.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
That's good to know. I mean, some people seem like they're done. No more typing, no more knitting and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily true, right?
No.
So car fit. Let's jump to the next thing. The car fit. I was trying to guess what H2U meant. I had it totally wrong.
What did you guess?
I thought it was like healthy swimming or something because it was.
That's right.
That's what because H2O.
We do have water aerobics too, but that takes place at the college.
Oh, you do?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
we do.
seems like my type of exercise. Just get in the swimming pool.
That's right.
So car fit. What is that?
Well, CarFit is, as I mentioned earlier, one of the monthly seminars that we give are the AARP safe driving classes. That's where you can, if you attend the class.
It takes a few times before it sinks in.
That's all right. There's a lot of little abbreviations. One of the classes is that AARP safe driving, and we give that every month. CarFit is a new program, and it's sponsored by AARP, AAA, and the American Occupational Therapy Association. And basically what that is as we age and get older, we might not be driving our car as safe as we can or should be.
Right.
So it's something that the Florida Department of Transportation also endorses.
Okay.
And you can come in, drive your car in, and we will fit you to your car. Make sure that your rear view mirrors are adjusted properly, that you're far enough away from your airbag. I didn't know until we did the class that your airbag deploys at 180 miles an hour. So, when it hits you, if it's not adjusted properly,
I didn't know that either.
And that when you drive, you should have your hands lower on the steering wheel, because a lot of injuries that you if you should be in a front-end accident, would be broken hands. So having an occupational therapist there,
Really? Wow.
that we've partnered with Strive, they come and we have done one event. Just come on in and drive your car in, and we make sure that you're fit to your car.
So I was in Iraq once and hit the car. Well, that car hit me really. My car, the airbag went off, and it was so quick. I didn't even have time to know that that's what happened. The whole front of my car was filled with like white smoke or dust or powder or whatever it was.
Powder.
I thought I was in heaven. Am I dead?
Did you see the light?
Did I die? and then it went away, and I found my cell phone.
That's good.
But it's amazing how I mean, I presume that I was protected from it. I presume it did what it was supposed to do. But I never knew there was a certain
wheel, right? And that's what it's to prevent your
Yeah.
chest injuries. But if it's too low, it could also
Oh,
smack
really?
your face.
And there isn't there like a real dangerous a senior might they might have a grant. They don't put children in the front seat anymore anyway, right? That's against the
No.
law now.
No.
But remember that used to be an issue. No more because the airbag was very dangerous.
Yeah.
I have seen a woman at the shopping center where I shop at, and she has the hump on her back, and she's totally bent over, but she gets in the car and she drives. Now, if a person like that comes to you, do you recommend they not drive anymore?
That's not what the Car Fit program is about.
Oh,
Is,
okay.
we do make recommendations, and one of the roles of the occupational therapist is they might have some adaptive equipment that might maybe make that lady a little
Oh.
more comfortable in her car, or adjust her steering wheel so she's seeing clearly over it or far enough away from it. And that's
We can judge, like we can say to the driver, well, I don't think that you're able to drive at this point, or you shouldn't be driving. We just make sure that basically as occupational therapists, we check the performance of the driver getting in and out of the car, if they can turn the ignition of the car, if they can reach the seat belt, if they can get the legs inside the car. So if we see any difficulties with this kind of activities, then we can recommend a lot of adaptive equipment or adaptive devices that are out there in the market, and a lot of people don't know about it, and they can increase the functional activities, and they can increase the independence while driving
Oh,
and the
okay.
safety.
Every once in a while, you'll be behind some like a phantom car, like it doesn't look like there's anybody driving.
Yeah.
every once in a while.
What do you do? I mean, if somebody comes in like that, somebody like a real short lady, and I always think, okay, here's what probably happened. She had a husband, he drove, he died. Now she's driving, and she's way down
exactly
here.
it. That's
So what do you do? I mean, do you give them
So
a
in
phone
that
book?
case, no, we measure the distance between the steering wheel and the person, and we have we recommend a cushion or a wedge. If they can get out of the car, then there's a swivel chair they can use to get out of the car.
Oh, really?
And some people don't
A
know.
swivel
too.
chair.
Yeah,
some
some
people
people
don't
don't
even
know.
know that there's a gadget that can make your seat go up and down or forward. Or we even check. Some people don't know where their lights are, or their
Lights
windshield
on,
wipers,
the emergency lights.
Oh.
their hazard lights.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they driving?
And they're driving.
Oh.
We check all those little points on your car to make sure they know
That's
what
right.
they're doing, and
Every once in a while, I'll see a car in 200, no lights. Like, and it's like just about dark. It's
Like this morning with the fog.
did you see somebody without lights this morning?
Oh, many.
All the
Yeah.
time. So you actually offered a swivel chair would you'd have to go to a mechanic and put that in. But what do you recommend?
no,
it?
you can buy. There's a little cushion, a little adaptive device that you
Really?
can put on the seat, and then the person will sit right there and then swivel
Like
and
a
get
Lazy
out of the
Susan?
car.
Basically.
Wow.
Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember what that is?
Yeah. It's a little like a Lazy Susan, but it's a transfer. It's a transfer
Cushion?
disc, and you
Disc.
can
The disc.
just and when you sit on it, the bottom stays still like a Lazy Susan, and the top will be able to
Yeah.
move them around.
Oh, wow.
And we
Wow,
only
isn't that
make
fascinating?
recommendations. We don't
That
touch
we don't
the
judge.
So do you ever recommend a
Absolutely.
larger car or a smaller car?
Well, that's
Like you
kind
get the
of-
little lady in like a big truck.
But it's kind of difficult to tell the driver, well, you need to buy a brand new car because this one doesn't fit. So that's why we come up with adaptive equipment to make sure that they can still drive the car they have.
Make it fit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who do we know? We knew a lady who was in a wheelchair, and she had she had no use of her legs. That's right. So she was actually controlling. In fact, Matt has a son. I don't know if you know Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive. His son was in an accident. He's a young guy, but he was in a motocross accident or something. And anyway, paralyzed from the legs down, and he controls his what do you call it?
Everything.
Except the gas pedal with his hands and brakes. Yeah. So does that? I mean that.
That you may have to take
somebody.
care of.
No, we don't get that deep when we do the screening.
Obviously, that person would
in
already know they needed that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So do we slip away as we get older? I'm in that category. Am I going to have to start worrying about this?
Well,
Go ahead.
I don't think slip away.
Is there a
maybe
psychological part to this? Like, will I be in denial? Like, if you tell me, you have that,
It's
especially
just
from guys, right?
I think it's almost not slip away. You become unaware. Like you mentioned, the seat adjustment, and maybe the husband can't drive that day, or the wife, and the husband could be 6 foot tall, and she could be 5'3", and she's driving this in a car that she can't reach the gas pedals,
Right,
or she can't
right.
reach she might have very bad arthritis in her hands, or turn the steering wheel, and it's just a safety check, and nobody wants to admit that it's not as easy
So they're
even to
not-
get in and out the car. You might have a bad hip or a bad knee or
And they have a lot of doctor's appointments too. And it's hard to start depending on somebody else, a neighbor to take you to the doctor's appointment, or they have to go and take the husband or the pet or the neighbor. So they don't want to lose the independence, and they want to take care of themselves.
Right,
so
right.
it's just mainly safety, making sure the driver is safe when they're out there, and we are safe when they are out there.
That's a really good program. So is that the program of that sort in our community, or are there...
it's
Like if you-
nationwide, but it's becoming more and more popular in Florida as an extension of the AAA classes.
All right, and yours is at the Senior Wellness
We
Community?
had one at the Senior Wellness Community Center, and we are currently having one in November 14th, right in front of West Marion Hospital.
CarFit, okay.
CarFit.
So,
You'll-
so let's pause just for a second to give phone numbers so somebody listening can
Sure.
write it down, and we can write it down. How do we sign up for it? Do we just show up for it?
We'd love to have you sign up.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, takes about 20 minutes to a half hour, but we want to make sure that there's enough people to service everyone. So you can call the H2U number, which is 401-1338, or you can call the Senior Wellness Center at 237-2094.
Okay, 401-1338. And what was that again?
The Senior Wellness Center's number is 237-2094.
Okay, all right. Robin, you're quicker than me. You got it, right?
Yeah.
I'm still at the 7. All
And
right.
it'll be in our November calendars, will be out in the newspapers and distributed next week, so it'll all be in that as well. And there is a website, Ocala Health has the website, it's listed on that, as does CarFit.
So I've often wondered why we don't continue testing people for driving skills. I mean, when you first start driving, you have to pass this test. I haven't taken a test since then, I don't think.
No.
I think I took that test when I was like 17, and I just keep sending it. I got the same picture. I'm still 17 on my license. I get carded. I said, look at me.
Yeah, right.
So you
That's a
agree?
good idea.
So have you? So as an occupational therapist, you are hands-on. You actually go driving with them?
No.
No.
We ask the patient to get out of the car. So that's when we assess how independent the patient is getting out of the car. We have the patient walking around the car to make sure they can move.
Right.
And the patient the driver gets back in the car again, turn the car on, check the mirrors.
You see this all the time. You see people like leaving a restaurant like in a wheelchair. They pull their wheelchair onto that little rack on the back, and then they kind of make their way. Yeah, yeah. They use the car as a stabilizing device. Yeah, and then they get in, they drive,
They move around.
and they seem like they're fine. It's just that that little trip from the back of the car into the driver's seat seems to be an issue sometimes.
That's a workout.
It just
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like these programs are part of your preventative care program, because you mentioned earlier about the hip. Maybe a person doesn't realize they have something wrong with their hip.
Yeah. One of our more popular programs is the orthopedic, the knee and hip programs. We just can't believe how many people continually, we give it every single month, how many people continually to come in, and it's given by our Joint Care Center at West Marion, the nurse that supervises them, and every month they just come in to, okay, is it time to have that hip surgery or knee surgeries?
Right. can we go back to the H2U a little bit?
Absolutely.
Tell me some of the fun things. You said the Tai Chi, the dancing.
Probably.
Do you do it?
No, sir.
Yes.
They're always trying to bug me to do it, but
What?
I don't.
Do you
I don't
wanna
have
do it?
time, huh?
You don't want to do it? The ballroom dancing? I thought all women like ballroom dancing, and all men don't,
That's
right?
quite a workout,
Well, that's
from what I
okay.
observe.
So, ladies, I'm the only man in here. Doesn't anybody want to go ballroom dancing? Brittany, you don't like?
I would do that.
So there you
do
go.
it. I like it. I don't
Yeah,
have
it
the
would be
time, but
fun.
I would do it.
That's the thing. It's all done during the day. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you
So,
ladies are occupied during the day with what you
Yes.
do for
I'm
others.
scheduling all the other things.
So wait a
going
minute.
on.
Right,
This
right.
is so. Is it? How much does it cost?
Well, to join H2U, it's $20 a year.
$20 a year.
But think of all the benefits that you get.
No, that's great. I'm
it
not
is great.
complaining.
And we're currently doing $15 special during the month of October, and
Okay.
we'll probably continue it during November.
What do you get? A card?
You
Say,
get a
"This
little
is yours"?
card, you get a whole welcome packet from H2U, and then you get your monthly newsletter, and then our classes are discounted for the H2 members. So you mentioned line dancing, for instance.
Right.
It's $15 for 4 line dancing classes.
See now,
And
wait,
those people
all the
have
people out there who do this
the
for a
best fun.
profession, there are classes that you pay a lot of money for ballroom dancing, and
Absolutely.
so this is a way to learn it, and it's therapeutic.
It's social.
Social.
We have a lot of people who are.
You got to bring your own partner.
No, sir.
You don't?
Nope.
Really?
There you
can-
go. We're set
You
now.
can hook up with somebody there.
Yes, sir.
Pick one.
Oh man, this
Who's
is a
there?
dating service.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
No,
but it's therapeutic, right?
Absolutely.
No, I know it's not really.
It's
but
physical. It's social. It's educational. So you're getting your mind is being exercised. Your body.
Everything.
And I
Your
know
joints.
being an occupational
Everything.
therapist,
So who's
I
the-
do hear the instructors say something about muscle memory.
Muscle memory.
and that it's really healthy
Yeah.
for you.
joints. All the joints get movement. It's very good activity.
So who's showing up? What do you see? Who's coming in there? How old are they? Are they?
I haven't been in one.
You haven't gone to them?
Well, most of them are retired
Right, right.
who have the time to do that during the day. So
Well, that sounds
that
like
would
fun.
be their age package.
So if I-
oh,
if
yeah,
I-
they have a great time.
I don't know if you-
We have a little lady who's 92 currently doing line dancing.
Oh,
See, that's awesome.
wonderful.
We have another lady who does the our free exercise that we do 3-mile walking every Monday and Wednesday morning, and we have another 92-year-old lady who does that.
There's a 92-year-old lady who does what's that thing called zip lining?
Yeah.
We had
zip
this-
lining.
we had
I'd
this zip
like to
lining
try
li-
that.
Yeah, I don't know. So as an occupational therapist, is that a nightmare to hear about somebody going zip lining at 92?
Oh no, I would love it too.
Yeah, but
If
you're
you
not
can
92.
do it, go for it.
That's right.
Why not?
You only live once.
Right? Enjoy while you have it.
Enjoy it while you have it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Will you go to someone's house as an occupational therapist to help them out there or to instruct family members or their caretakers to do what you do?
I don't do it because it's not my field, but there's a lot of occupational therapists that will do home health visits. So they work for an agency and they get sent to patients' houses. And they see the patients, and like patients that can get out or they don't have transportation or it's hard for them to get 3 times a week, 2 times a week out to the city.
Right.
So we go there.
So where are they coming from? And I'm asking this for a specific reason because it sounds to me like it's like this area of town, right? It's here near the
west,
It's
yes.
west. So if you lived out in Silver Spring Shores, there.
With people coming from there.
Okay, but there's no program out there.
Not that
They
I'm
have to
aware
come
of.
here. Okay.
Not that I'm, as you know, there's a lot of retirement communities in Ocala.
Okay, so they
and
might have
many of them
something.
have their own functions.
Okay.
But there's a lot of my ballroom dance group, the intermediate class. They just come because it's inexpensive and it's fun, and it's
Yeah.
another place they can
Yeah.
all get together and just tone up, and they keep tone up on their classes.
You know what I was going to say, and I don't know if I ever shared this. Brittany might know this, but or maybe Leah will know it. I used to be an activities director at Park Place.
There you go.
Years ago, when it was Park Place, and I would have loved to know of something like this. I would have loaded up the van and brought everybody in. I would have got the guys. I would have said, "Come on, forget fishing. I'm going to show you the ballroom dance." So if you're listening and you're an activities director, this is a good thing to put on your list of things to do. Okay, now so here's a good question. You don't want to be a surrogate caregiver either.
That's correct.
Right. So we
Yes.
don't want to just drop off people, right?
No, sir. Absolutely
Okay.
not.
But could an activities director come and bring
Absolutely.
a handful of people or
Absolutely.
whatever? Okay.
You know, we have a craft class that it's come as whatever you're working on, and some of them knit and crochet, and they make cards, and there was two of the nursing homes, in the skilled nursing homes in the area did bring their people. But as you mentioned earlier,
Right.
if they have medical issues, it's hard for me to monitor. I don't have the medical
Yeah.
background.
It's not an adult
It's
daycare.
it's not an adult daycare. Absolutely.
You know, Robin and I do music at nursing home. We did one yesterday. We're doing one today. Today's Altoona,
Yeah.
so we got a little bit of it. We got to leave early.
Lakeview.
Okay. But here's the cute thing. I hope cute is not offensive to anybody. But there was an old man, an old woman, and they probably didn't know each other before they were there. It looked like they had hooked up. Looked like they were, each other's best friend. And you have to say, so what? Like you say, life goes on, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And they develop relationships and they
But
keep
I
in touch.
guess what I'm getting at is your program says to somebody, let's say there's a guy out there right now or a lady out there, they lost their, they swore up and down, never again, I'm never going to have anybody, my honey was my honey, Okay, so nobody's saying you have to hook up, but just go out and have some fun.
That's correct.
And you don't have to wait till you're in an ALF.
That's
you
correct.
could go to this program
Absolutely.
now while you're still living home.
And
that's
they have a
exactly
lot
what
of,
they-
in another community place, they have a singles meeting every month or every Monday, something like that.
I know
So
that's not the
there's
whole
a lot of
point
stuff
of this,
going
but-
on there for people to get out and socialize and meet different people.
And that's the big thing. A lot of people, especially with the dance classes, that they just
Right.
I don't
So
have
that's the
anybody,
most
but it's a good
popular
way to
thing,
come
isn't it?
out.
No?
Yes, it probably is. But so is the Tai Chi, and we also have a chair core strengthening / yoga class that's very popular as
Oh,
well.
really?
So I think there's something that fits everybody.
You should do
And
the
they
Tai
can
Chi
try
like with
it.
with a video and then put some music to it, some slow
Exactly
music.
what they do.
They do?
Yes, they have the music.
Yeah, I knew it. Nothing
Oh, that's
original.
wonderful.
Yes, yes.
Every time I think I have a good idea, somebody
yes.
else had it already. Right?
You spoke about the swimming therapy.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that just a little
Well,
bit?
it's water aerobics.
Uh-huh.
It takes place over at the college. It's part of the program. It's on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we, for 1 hour from 11 to 12. And the water aerobics instructor is geared more toward the senior population.
Do you have to know how to swim?
No.
So you're in a place
You're in
where
a
you
place-
can
the
stand
pool's
in
only
the
4
pool.
feet deep
Oh, okay.
over at the college. It's
Okay.
right behind the.
Wow. Well, you guys,
the
you ladies do
nature.
some wonderful things. For the listener who knows somebody who may not have heard this interview, we will put the video of it so you can watch it and listen to it on Facebook and on YouTube so you can share it with that person. Because that's what happens sometimes. Somebody will call up and they'll say, "What were you talking about? You were talking about the H2U or something," and then I'll tell them what I know. But the best thing to do is say, just go online. You can see the video, especially now everybody's got
And
it,
they
right?
can call. We're always sending out our calendars and newsletters. Whoever would like, just give us a call and we'll send it out to you.
Again, this is out of left field, but are there classes for video? For computer?
No, unfortunately
No?
not. We just don't have the space and the people to teach it, but I'd love to see that
I taught my
someday.
mom.
Yeah,
I
that
took
would
my
be
mom to
great.
the library, and she said, "Oh, I'll never learn this," and then she did. She
That's
became
exactly
really good
right.
at it.
Yeah.
Are some of your instructors volunteers for some of the programs?
No. Well, I'm wrong. The free exercise program is volunteer. We do
okay.
a monthly bingo. We play bingo, and that's spearheaded by 2 wonderful volunteers that they go out and buy all the.
Is there a
little
vitamin called
boxes.
B14?
I have no idea.
I know it's a bingo thing. B14.
Oh, you got me there. Sorry.
B.
B6.
B12.
Yes.
Hey,
And they love it. They love it.
I know. I'll never
We
get
have
it.
cookies and coffee.
It's something
and,
in women.
they just
Do men
love it.
show up for bingo?
Oh, absolutely.
They do?
Absolutely.
That's going to happen to me? I'm going to start slipping into that?
Practicing.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. I should start practicing.
You know the first 5 letters.
The men are showing up because the women are there. That's why. If there was only men in there, forget it. There'd be no bingo. That's what I think.
Oh, I don't know.
You really?
We have a lot of men in the. What
What are the prizes?
ballroom.
What do you give away?
It's very it's only $1. They
Oh.
donate $1.
I thought it was
And
little
then
Debbie
our
snacks or
No,
something.
our two. We give them cookies and coffee and tea. Yesterday we had a Halloween cake and we had
Oh,
candy
really?
because of the Halloween theme. But we have 2 great volunteers who are always scouring for little towels and placemats and calendars. It's just more fun.
Little
It's
treats.
treats.
Oh, really?
It's not
Anything
really
on your
about-
before we say goodbye? Anything on your wish list? Anything we can help you with?
Well,
Or
if
listeners?
they have any concerns or interest in the car fit program, we'll wait for them. November
Okay.
14, right?
No, it's November 14th. And we also, if anyone's interested in becoming a CarFit technician, we are on November 13th at the hospital from 9 to 1. We are offering that for the community to become a CarFit
And
technician.
what does that person do?
They help us screen the people when they come in.
You know,
Leah is a CarFit technician.
Every garage should have a
Maria is.
poster. Every garage should have a poster, right? Matt, who comes in here on Mondays, we'll tell him about it. Maybe
Okay, super. We'd love to have you.
he can put something up in his garage.
4 hours and then
I
you
bet
can-
you mechanics see it all the time. Ma'am, you got to have something on your seat. Do you have something to lift the gas pedal so it's a little closer?
They adjust it, yes.
They can do that? Mm-hmm. See? He probably sees it all the time.
And that's one of the most wonderful things that people want. They want to have their independence as long
Absolutely.
as they can. So you really
Absolutely.
give them hope to lead an extremely normal life with that independence.
Being safe, yeah.
That's right.
Thank you for coming in. Let me just say goodbye properly. Anne, Shannon, nice to meet you. Thank you
Nice
for coming
to meet
in.
you, and thanks for having us.
Luz, Maria
Palacio.
Luz Maria Palazzo. I like that. You are. Thank you so much. You're sweet as can be. And Brittany and Leah, thank you both, ladies, for helping
you for
us out
having
with
us.
these and giving us some great questions to ask, because we had plenty of our own too. Because we're there. We're there. I'm not going to tell you how old we are.
17, right?
17 on my driver's license. Yes.
There you go.
Thank you, all of you.
Thank you.
And that will be on Facebook and it will be on YouTube. You can share it and use it any way you want. We will take a little break and we'll be right back.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.